Some of the biggest challenges that we have is, or some of the goals that we set every year is to try and keep our number of man games down. In that, we try and have a good hand on, controlling our injuries. The more well-conditioned they are and the more well-planned their individual programs are, the better success we'll have. One of the big challenges that we had, 10 years ago was when the concussions really broke. It's something that was really out of our control. So after 4 or 5 seasons of dealing with that and not having any control over it, we needed to find a way to have somewhat control or play with some variables and how we could alter our success in that side. Well, I think over time, working with Sylvain, we had some ideas about how we were going to strengthen things, how we can have a little bit of an impact, better proprioception. We looked at the padding component. We looked at the overall package. So what we came up with was we were going to begin with a screening process, so an evaluation process where we wanted to implement with the players at the beginning of the season. So the minute they arrived here, that we would come up with a protocol where we would scan and screen their cervical spine and if there was any restrictions. We've had great success over the last 6 years. I believe we've only had 5 concussions in 6 years, which would be well below the average. I believe the average in the league is 5.3, if I'm not mistaken, concussions per team per year. So we would be well below that average right now. The program that Sylvain has developed really started from the ground roots, so it's really evolved. I see this as an important factor, having young kids that actually play sports. I see this as a great component and a very, very important aspect. The most important part for any kid, as far as the parent's concerned, is their brain when they're playing sports. So I think there's no price to this as far as at what extent they should look into this. The program's not complicated; it's very simple, but there's certain guidelines that are very, very important and crucial to go through to follow.